always asking me, where should my spine be? Where should my spine be when I do Pilates, when I do yoga, when I go to the gym, when I sit in the car, when I'm sat at home, when I'm watching the television, when I'm sleeping? Now, really, really important, core stability and Pilates is really, really important, but core is just not the core. Now, a lot of people are doing a lot of flexion exercises, and if you have an imbalance between the front and the back of the body, it will result in a depressed sternum, a fallen rib cage, and also incorrect ability to breathe. So we've got a CrossFit athlete here today, and this is Marketta, and she's also one of my Pilates teachers. Now, she's got a perfect balance between the front and the back. Her back muscles are supporting the front, so there's not too much flexion. So I'm going to demonstrate the position of the spine in 3 different planes to give you an idea. So if you take yourself down, first of all, Marketta, onto 4-point kneeling, and I want you to bend your elbows so that you're soft a little bit more. And when you want to get your spine in alignment, there should be 3 points of connection. So we want to get the bottom sacrum bone in between the shoulder blades and the crown of the head. And technically, you should be able to put one hand underneath the lower back, and that should be a nice curve there. So just push up slightly into my hand, Marketta, there. Perfect. So that's the perfect positioning of her spine there. She could perhaps push up a tiny bit more into the scapula. Good. And there. Perfect. Now then, I want her to demonstrate that now, going forwards into a hip hinge. So bring yourself up, Marketta. So this is more challenging because we're in what's called axial load. Axial load is where we're standing on 2 feet, or we're standing in an upright position where gravity is pulling us towards the floor. So if you can take the pull, Marketta, and if you turn to face the opposite way, that's it, good. Okay, and all I want you to do is do about 4 or 5 hip hinges. That's it. Now the 3 points of connection stay there. And I can still slide my hand underneath the lower back, but I'm going to show you something which is subjective about Marketta in a moment. Good. And one more. Good. And up. And the last little demonstration is standing against the wall. So her heels, butt and lower back go against the wall. Now the reason why this test is subjective is it's going to depend on the client's glutes. So you should ideally push against the wall, Marketta. She should be able to put one of her hands underneath her lower back. And she can, and there's actually a bigger gap on Marketta. And this is the development of the glutes with doing lots of squats and deadlifts and lots of push and press. So in a nutshell, you want to have 3 points of connection. Posture is where movement begins and ends. So if you start in a rounded forward position, which is not a good position to start any sort of movement plane in, you're most likely going to finish there. So that's where your spine should be. Balance between the front and the back.